Hello students, welcome to mathematics class. This is part 11 of the chapter number system. In this part 11, we will continue solving exercise 1.3. We solved up to the question number 3rd in our previous part 10. So, we will continue from the question number 4 onwards. Question number 4. Express 0.999 in the form of P by Q. Next, there is a continuation of that question. Are you surprised by your answer? With your teacher and classmates, discuss why the answer makes sense. So, prior to go for surprising and getting discussion about it, let us convert this 0.9999 so on, or it can be written as 0.9 bar into the P by Q form. Here there are two methods. I told you, one shortcut method, another as procedure. Let us do as per the procedure. In the beginning, we assume the given number as x. Here I assumed 0.99999 as x. Since period is 9 and periodicity is 1, we have to multiply the given number by 10 raised to the power periodicity, that is 10 to the power 1. That means we have to multiply by 10. Therefore, 10x gives you 9.9 bar and x is 0.9 bar, and when I subtract x from 10x, it gives us 9x, and 9.9 bar minus 0.9 bar, this 9 bar cancels, all the digits in decimal place will cancel, will give only 0 in decimal portion, and now 9 minus 0 is 9. Thus, it gives x equals to 9 divided by 9.0 is 9 only, divided by this side 9 I have, the other side of equality 9, if it is transposed, it becomes divisor. So, 9 by 9, therefore, x equals to 1. Now, you have a chance of surprising yourself. Tell me why you need to surprise first here. Yes, guess is correct. We surprise as our assumption is 0.9 bar as x, but in result I got x as 1. Here in this form of P by Q, you could see the denominator being completely vanished. It became 1, where it has got only the numerator. Here, one way, the value of 0.9 bar is that close to 1 that it is 1 itself. Okay? So, that is what here the thing to be surprised, that is what you need to discuss and make a sense of it. 0.9 bar is that much close that it is equal to 1 itself. This is the final point what I make it stress, and you need to understand it. Okay, let us move on to the question number 5. Question number 5, what can the maximum number of digits be in the repeating block or recurring block? So, recurring block, nothing but the period. So, you need to find the number of digits being the recurring block of digits in the decimal expansion of 1 by 17. Later you need to check yourself, check your answer by performing the division. Now try to observe, children, here 1 by 17, if you go for division, you will find a huge the procedure of division taking place. The maximum number of digits be in the repeating block would be somewhere close to 17. Always remember, 1 less than or predecessor of denominator gives the maximum number of digits in the repeating block of digits. Remember, will be given by the predecessor. So what is the predecessor of 17? The predecessor of 17 is 16. So the maximum number of digits in the repeating block of digits will be 16. So you can write here the maximum number of digits in the recurring block of digits is 16. Okay. Now let us go for now actual division. Okay. Now first, when I divide 1 by 17, since dividend is smaller than divisor, we have taken 1 0 by taking a decimal point. Still this 10 is less than 17. I have to take one more 0 in dividend by taking first decimal portion called tenths as 0. Now our procedure of division starts. So 17 8s is 17 5s 17 5s is 85. The difference is 15. Now continuing further, by keeping 0 in the remainder, it becomes 150. 17 8s 136, difference is 14. Further carrying division, it becomes 140. 17 8s 136, so their difference is 440. So 17 2s 34, and their difference, let me take here, their difference is 6. So by taking 0 here, 60. 17 3s 51. So 60 minus 51 gives you 9. So further continuing, now taking 0 here becomes 90. 17 5s 85, and difference is 5. Continuing further, taking 0, it becomes 50 at the remainder. 17 2s 34, and 50 minus 34 is 16. Taking 0 for continuation of division. Now 160. 17 9s 153, and their difference is 7. Let me take it here and continuing further division. 70, 17 fours is 68, so the difference is 2, and 20. Now 17 ones are 17, and 20 minus 17 is 3, and 30. 17 ones are 17, difference is 13. So let me take this 13 here to continue further. So 130. 17 sevens is 119, and their difference is 11. Continuing further by keeping 0, 110 it is. So 17 6 is 102. 110 minus 102 is 8. So continuing further by keeping 0, 80 it is. 17 fours are 68. This difference let me carry in the next screen. So here 12 is the difference. That means by keeping 0 here, it becomes 120. So 17 sevens is, I can continue better here itself. 17 sevens is 119, and their difference is 1. We got the first numerator what we have got. That means this entire digits will repeat in the same order. Now you can see the periodicity. Here the periodicity is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So there are 16 digits that can be the maximum number of digits being in the recurring block. Okay, that is what I explained you here. Maximum number of digits in the recurring block would be 16. Here I have got all that maximum number of digits being present in this. Okay, it can be less than 17, I mean it can be less than 16, but maximum will be 16, which is the predecessor of the denominator. Okay, predecessor of the denominator gives maximum number of recurring digits or periodicity. Okay, here that periodicity is 16 and period is 0, 5, 8, 8, 2, 3, 5, 2, 9, 4, 1, 1, 7, 6, 4, 7. This will be keep repeating. Okay, this is that much long procedure of division. Okay, let us continue further with the question number 6. Question number 6. Look at several examples of rational numbers in the form p by q, where p and q are integers with no common factors other than 1. That means HCF of PQ is 1. That means p by q form is in simplest form, having terminating decimal representations. So the decimal expansion of p by q form should be terminating. Now he is asking, after looking at them, can you guess what property the denominator q must satisfy? So for this, let us take examples first. I am taking 1 by 2, 5 by 4, 7 by 8. I will write their decimal form. Then 1 by 5, 11 by 25, 17 by 125. I will write their decimal form. Next, I will take 7 by 10, 13 by 20 and 27 by 80. This decimal form I will take. Okay. So, let us go for 1 by 1. You know 1 by 2 it is 0.5, 5 by 4 is 1.25, 7 by 8 is 0.875. You know how to find? You do that. Then 1 by 5 is 0.2, 11 by 25 is 0.44, 17 by 125 is 0.136, 7 by 10 is 0.7, 13 by 20 is 0.65, 27 by 80 is 0.3375. Now, they are all terminating decimal numbers and watch their denominator cube. Here I am changing the color so that you can identify. Here the denominator is 2, 4, 8, 5, 25, 125. Here denominator is 10, 20, 80. To identify the property of Q, watch the denominators. 2, 4 is 2 square, 8 is 2 cube. Here denominators 5, 25 is 5 square, 125 is 5 cube. Here the denominator 10 is 2 into 5, 20 is 2 square into 5 and 80 is 2 to the power 4 into 5, and I can tell if Q has its prime factors as 2 or 5 or both only, okay, in its prime factorization. P by Q is terminating if Q has its prime factors as 2 or 5 or both only the both in its prime factorization. So, this is the property. If the denominator contains in its prime factorization only 2's or only 5's, only 2's or only 5's or 2 and 5 both only, means other than 2 or 5, if any other prime number comes in its prime factorization, then it is not terminating, then it will be recurring. For example, if you take 1 by 3, it is 0.3 bar, it is recurring. If you take 5 by 6, definitely it is also recurring. You can cross check. Here 5 by 6 value is 0.83 bar, 0.83 bar. So, it is 3 recurring. You have seen 1 by 7, it is recurring. In the P by Q form of a rational number, the denominator Q decides whether it is terminating decimal number or recurring decimal number. For any terminating decimal number, the P by Q form will have its denominator q having its prime factorization either 2's or 5's or only 2 and 5's both. So, that is what the property of q. Okay. Now, let us move on to the question number 7. Question number 7, write 3 decimal expansions non-terminating and non-recurring. So, you can write choice of your own. Here I have taken no repetition and non-terminating, and 0.123, 4, 0, 5, 6, 7, 0, 4, 8, 9, so on. And like this you can write choice of your own 1, 4, 2, 3, 8, 5, 0, 6, 3, 4 and so on. These are all non-terminating, non-recurring decimal numbers which are called irrationals. Then let us move on to the question number 8. Question number 8. Find 3 different irrational numbers. Find 3 different irrational numbers between the rational numbers 5 by 7, 5 by 7 and 9 by 11. You find the value of 5 by 7, it is definitely a recurring number. It is 0.714285. This is the recurring digits period we say. And 9 by 11, it is 0.8181 bar. So, these are the 2 digits recurring in the same order. Now, you are asked to find 3 irrational numbers between them. So, I will give you 1, 72, 72 is more than 71, less than 81. So, I started with 72, 046, 85, 034 and so on. This is one irrational number lies between 5 by 7 and 9 by 11. You can write one more. Okay, this is one I have written, one more 0.76, 0.76 is more than 0.71, less than 81, 76, 34, 05, 81, 1, 4 and so on. This is again one more irrational number. Write on your own. Third one, this is your homework, lying between 0.71 and 0.81. Okay. So, this is question number 8. Let us move on to the question number 9, which is last one of this exercise 1.3. Classify the following numbers as rational or irrationals. First, root 23. Children, if you find the square root of 23, you will get somewhere 4.795831523331 and so on. So, definitely it is an irrational number. Why it is an irrational? You know, square root of non-perfect square. Okay, square root of non-perfect squares. Okay, does not belongs to rational number set. So, when it is not belongs to rational number set, it definitely belongs to irrational number set. So, this is one. Second one, square root of 225. If you find square root of 225, it is 15. So, it is a perfect square. Square root of a perfect square definitely belongs to rational number. So, it is a rational. Then coming to the third one, 0.3796, it is a terminating. Okay, terminating. The moment you say terminating, definitely this belongs to a rational number. So, it is a rational number. Then fourth one 7.478, 478 and so on. That means it is recurring, non-terminating but recurring. So, recurring decimal number also belongs to rational number set. So, it is a rational. The last one, fifth one, it is non-terminating. You can watch, it is non-terminating. And non-recurring. So, non-terminating, non-recurring is definitely irrational. So, this is how we solve or classify these numbers into rationals or irrationals with the reason. Okay. With this, I will wind up today's class. Take care of yourself. Jai Hind. Thank you.